everyone. Hi, my name's Regina, and you are you. Welcome to Trans Voices of Love and Kindness. I would love to say we got a really big shoe for you today, but we don't. It's the same old, same old, same old. Me just here to chit chat and talk with y'all. Already Charlie is like from way up way, way high in the sky on a cotton ball cloud. We can see two little squirrel eyes peering down. Are you flying or something? Are you a flying squirrel? So good to see you here. And there's a couple others in the audience. Guatemalan Atitlan Regional, a fine coffee. It is now kind of past the test and will be a part of the Queen's blend as well. I've been kind of like slowly switching over to this, and the other day I decided, well, I need to drink some Queen's Blend. I hadn't drank any for a while, and I was at the market and kind of I've got a few of the other vendors drinking my coffee now. And so I was sharing it around, and my God, it was good. Whoa. Of course, I make it there with an AeroPress, one of those 2-cup AeroPresses that I sell. And oh my stars, I don't know what I was doing right that day. It just was so good. Check it out on www.raysroast.com. And God, life is good, when you got a good cup of coffee and you can just relax and enjoy the essence of a flavorful coffee. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Nice, rich mouthfeel. Yeah, the political turmoil in El Salvador must be getting bad enough that I guess it's not really political turmoil, but cartel is bad enough that there's not much coffee coming out of there right now. So anyway, that is what it is. Kind of what else have I forgotten? We did the subscribe, get notified. Let's build this channel. Get your notifications, hit that buzzer, like us, because what's not to like about this program? And, other than the fact that I don't talk about anything and I don't do anything, but what the heck? I'm trying to hide that, and we're done with all of that, I think, already. Get back to the comments there. I don't even know where to start. Yeah. I kind of want to go down the political pathway, but I don't like the political pathway. I was sorry to see the passing of the Marianne Williamson campaign, but I don't blame her because the DNC had kind of forced that position. They weren't letting mainstream media cover her at all. It's not for the media to decide who runs for president. It's not for the DNC to decide who runs for president. It's for you and I to decide who runs for president. And I don't care if Joe Biden wins, but if he's such a damn good candidate, let these other people run against him, and there's no problem. I was a Marianne Williamson supporter. She is not a wacko crackpot like everybody made her out to be. I got this video sent to me the other day by, I don't even know what the hell his name is, Sticks and Hammer. I don't know. I have never thought much of his videos. I think he's kind of an idiot. He's full of hyperbole, like he talks about things that are not going to happen. And he was just so critical when he announced on his show that Marianne Williamson dropped out of the race. I mean, the whole thing was totally unnecessary. She was gone. There was no reason to be critical of her any longer. Be critical of the DNC for forcing her out. Be critical of the other campaigns. I mean, come on. They're human beings. I thought that she had a good platform. She had things like you and I want, national health care, free education at the higher levels, state-run schools, free, private institutions, not so much. If you want to go to a private institution, go pay for it. I don't care. But let's let people just do their thing. She had, and they build stuff up about, oh my God, the hyperbole is just crazy. We were supposed to be in a civil war by the 1st of February. That's not even anywhere close to reality now. And I'm not sure it was anywhere close. It's just always this crap on these shows of people trying to be divisive and keep things stirred up because, if I have this big freaking headline, I can get people to watch and then I can get them stirred up and make bad choices and not good. Yeah. Democracy, I see here in the comments, is one of the things. And yeah, that's what was thwarted, was democracy was stopped by the DNC not allowing, when they said Florida's not even going to have a primary, they just anointed Joe Biden as the candidate. Where's the democracy in that? We deserve a choice. We deserve good choices. This is a presidential election year where we have got nothing to choose from that fits in with my line of thinking. A couple of old guys fighting between themselves is really what it boils down to. And it doesn't do our country any good. So I'll get off my soapbox, but let it be known that we need to fight for what we want to see. And we're going down some really bad slopes here. The lack of democracy from either party, the encouraging the genocide of the peoples, none of that is good. We got to figure it out. Anyway, I'd rather move on to happier things and I'm glad I'm not human. I sometimes wish that I wasn't, but I am. And so a little bit earlier, I was reading in the book, what's it called? A Life Worth Living. And it was talking about how do we hold on to the ideals of a life worth living. I mean, we choose the path that we want to go. And and I kind of got to a life worth living through a program of recovery. And Bernie Sanders traitor here. When you deserted Bernie in the time of his need. So, and I kind of come and go, and of the addictive personality that I am, I can go into some pretty dark spaces. And I had a particular friend who I frequent these rooms of recovery with, was telling me about I need to be careful about some of the places I go because they release dopamine, and oh, that's what they called you. Yeah, I can see that. Jackasses. We can't just follow anybody. And so that, like, the premise of this book is that we need to have daily practices. And that's what they say now. If you're not Biden, you're a traitor. If you're not supporting Israel 100%, you're an anti-Semite, and so on and so forth. Hi, Gracie. How are you today? Get rid of the hate, Charlie. Get rid of the hate. And so what I'm trying to get to here is the fact that we need to practice those things in our life that are good, and keep doing it on a daily basis, because that's the only way we can hang on to it. It's like, it's like when I forget to be out in public, I don't mind being home alone, and so if I forget to go out or just choose not to, it's like the last few days, I need to go to the grocery store, but I don't want to. And so then, the next time I get ready to go, I have to fight through that urge to not go, and so if I was to just say every day, oh, I'm going to go do such and such with where there's people, just to practice that, to keep that in mind, to practice being able to walk up to somebody and say, hey, how are you doing? To practice walking up to somebody whom I know and are friendly with and give them a hug. To walk up to someone and that I don't know and talk to them for a minute. Those are the kind of things that I need to practice on a daily basis to be able to keep me being out there. What I don't need to practice is isolation. Years ago, when after I got out of college, I took jobs in the back country because I didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to communicate with people. I wanted to just hide. And that didn't do me any good. It kind of helped me seek out kind of helped me to start questioning who the hell I was. But, it was a struggle. it was a struggle to come back to town. I was married at the time and come back and see my wife. Are you kidding me? And then you dance around in that house trying to figure out how to live with each other for 3 days. It wasn't always easy, and it wasn't always fair for her. I expected her to be happy while I was gone. And she didn't like it, and both of us were trying to lead a clean, sober life, and it made it hard for her. And she didn't always make it, and then that would just force me out into the woods longer because I didn't like her, when she was drinking and whatnot. And so, there you have it. I mean, if we're going to practice living a better life, or if we're going to try to live a better life, we need to practice those things that make it better for us. And I don't care if you're Buddhist, you need to practice Buddhist stuff. If you're Christian, you need to practice the teachings of Jesus. And if if you're whoever, or if you're, whatever you are, that's not the point. What I'm talking about is making your life better. And how are you going to do that? And it's going to be through practice. And that's what it appears to me. When I'm most successful at being a spiritual being, I am practicing something on a daily basis. And I have slipped away from that of late, and I need to figure out how to get back to doing that. And as much as I hate to admit it, it's not that freaking easy. I'm of an addictive personality, and oh gosh, and so I get caught up in stuff. So it's a real dilemma to do that. Just saying. Just need to be cognizant about the powers that be within you, and figure out what to do. And there I go, back on that soapbox, that I so love to jump up on. Gosh, the market the other day was really kind of fun. I certainly enjoy getting out there and seeing all the people that walk through. It was a little slow as far as customers went. There was a lot of people walking through, but nobody was buying anything. And I was not alone. Some people had pretty good days, but some of us didn't. And so Charlie, where are you at? Are you in the southeast quadrant of this country? Or up to Cincinnati, or where are you? So anyway, and Gracie, how are you doing? Missed you last week on the Wednesday night deal. I don't think you were here on Monday or Tuesday either. Illinois. What's for dinner? Pork chops. I'm going to bake a pork chop. And I think I might roast some vegetables with it. And what else? I need to go to the grocery store. I was talking about the grocery store not having been because, oh dear. Did you get COVID too? Um, there seems to be a bunch of COVID running around. Marty's always telling me to wear a mask every place I go, and I don't do it. And then Friday mornings, I have coffee with two ladies here at my house. And Saturday afternoon, one of those ladies informed me that she had come down with COVID Friday evening. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm isolating so much is, oh, good, you didn't get it. Excellent. And so I got another day to go, and the other lady that was here hasn't gotten it either. If it was the Omicron variant, it's the general incubation time is like 3.5 days. And I'm assuming that the Omicron is the prevalent variety right now. None of them are over 5 days. So if I just put a mask on and go to the grocery store, I should be fine. Because I don't feel bad. But so yeah, I need some broth so that I can make some mushroom soup, because I've got some lion's mane mushroom, which would cure anything that might ail me. And I wanted to do a mushroom soup with just lion's mane, and because it's like the magical mushroom for health related things. And so that would be fun. Last week, did I say I was going to do the show on Monday or Tuesday? I'm so confused. Maybe I'll have to have another show tomorrow. I don't know. I kind of like doing them, and I am not working at it hard enough that it's taken a lot of time. Because we're nearing here half an hour. And so I don't know. I can't remember exactly what I said. And I even watched it once and I don't remember what I said. So we'll go a few more minutes and think about it. A little coffee time with Regina here at noonish, 12:30 sharp. Maybe we should do it several days a week and see what happens, because look at me, you can see that I just like cleaned up a little bit, put a little makeup on, and that's about all I did. I mean, maybe I should just like have on a nightshirt or something and my hair just bedraggled, old crusty makeup on, and just come on here at 10 o'clock in the morning and have coffee, and chit chat like this. And I found a video, and I was thinking about playing some of it. It's only about 10 minutes long. It's when I first got a camera, and I was sitting on the computer and I shot a video, and I'm in an old beat up fleece, pajama bottoms. My house is a total disaster behind me. I was still out in the other room with the dining table and all. Everything is heaped up with stuff. And, it had to be in the middle of the winter for me to have on the fleece and the pajama bottoms, because in the summer I don't wear pajamas ever. And it's usually too warm for a fleece. So it was wintertime. And I think I started in like January or February. So it would have been 2019 when I made that video. And I found it. And was actually pretty good. The content was interesting, and I was thinking, God, I should show you how far we've come. And but maybe I've regressed. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm glad you tested negative, Gracie. So yeah, no more comments. Oh dear. Yeah, so one of these days I think I want to play some of that. I was thinking, gosh, should I just edit it or just try and stop and start it a little bit and and see and see, you know. I don't have my big editing program that I had anymore. I didn't like editing very much. And so that was part of the reason why I started doing live streams. And the editing program was really quite expensive on a yearly basis. It was like $250. And if you don't use it, it's not worth it. And so I let it go back and canceled out. That is what it is. I mean, but now I don't really have a good editing program, and I'm so not used to editing that it's like starting all over again. I should probably be working harder at learning some of this stuff if I really want to do this, but I kind of like the laid back way. I'm not sure all my listeners like the laid back way. I mean, I'm not setting the world on fire. I'm building this all up, but that's the least of my worries. I really am here to talk to the few of you who are interested in talking to me. And I don't need to be rich and famous, because I'll tell you what, I ain't rich and I ain't famous. So this is me, just a little old authentic me. And I live a good life. And that's all there is to it. That's all that's necessary. I suit up, I show up. Wahoo. And I've made a lot of friends along the way. And I love you all. And this sounds like a segue into leaving. So now that I've realized that, so we've covered a little bit of stuff this morning. Oh, what do you mean you like bullshit? You think I'm just bullshit here? I can't believe it. Zen Floater, talk to me here. I think the bullshit's on the other channels, and I'm here to offer you a little sense of reason. Be careful who you listen to, because they will sway you, whether you want them to sway you or not. I mean, I am the person who used to listen to conservative talk radio because I wanted to see what the enemy was talking about. And then I started talking like them. They start brainwashing you. No, I ain't going down that path anymore. I don't care what the enemy's saying. Well, I do, but I see enough of it. I am so liberal. I am so liberal, that most of you are on the right of me. Anyway, don't like talking about politics. It's what we need. We need bullshit. Well, I have been known to be a bullshitter. I like to talk. So anyway, here I was segueing out of here, and then let's just keep drinking coffee. Don't you be talking about iced tea now. You folks live down there in that warm weather country, and you're in Illinois. Is there snow there where you're at? Are you up by the lake, up by Chicago? All of Illinois gets snow though, doesn't it? It's quite a bit south of here. What is the latitude of that area? Hey, Jessica Dean, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's warm. Excellent. This has been kind of a weird winter. It must be that El Nino thing that we hear about that comes here to the West Coast with all those warm. I'm good. I'm good. Just sitting here chatting with you folks in the comments section. I've already spoke my pieces for whatever that's worth. You know that I've got an opinion. Love you guys. Love you guys. So, yeah, I can't believe it. I haven't heard about any storms really to the east of here. You know, we had that one cold spell and a little bit of a storm when it broke up. But God, winter has just been so nothing this year. I mean, it's not nice out by any stretch of the imagination, but we've had a lot of 60-degree weather. And we're, what, 45 degrees north? Or 45, 46, right in there. So, what's that? Is that a flying saucer, Charlie? Oh, I even put pearls on for y'all today. So, for whatever that's worth, you're not sure what it is. So why'd you put it on there? Looks kind of like a beach ball with a Saturn ring around it. So anyway. So what's the winter in Ireland like, Jessica Dean? Is it an easy one this year or is it a cold one? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting to know about the weather around the world. You know, especially with the climate change thing coming. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And that's what I love about coming on is y'all make me feel good about me. You know, with the impending climate change and all that, I'm just curious as to how it affects every nation. You know, it's like we had Lara on the weeks and weeks ago, and we talked about how Canada burned up last year, and you know, I would love to hear more about Australia burning up a couple of years ago, and here in this country, all the all the forests are leaving us, because you get into the lodgepole pine forests here of the West, and they're mint. It's fresh out today. January was one of our hottest on record. There you go. I rest my case. This is scary, because, here on the West Coast, you've got a major food source, wild food source that many cultures of the indigenous folks is based on totally collapsing. We've tried to supplement the wild runs with hatchery grown fish, and this is what I did for a living too. And the runs just keep collapsing because conditions in the ocean are changing, and we keep polluting and whatnot. And when those things start dying off towards extinction, we are in deep, because all of our food will collapse then. I mean, there's what they call keystone species. And once some of those species are gone, the rest of us are doomed, I tell you. And that's kind of like what I was talking about at the start of the show, was these people predicting our demise, and it never happens. Well, I'm not saying when it's going to happen, but I've already, I've seen where they say, oh, this is a keystone species, and now it's down to bare minimum for survival. And within 50 years, life could be really tough here on this planet. And I don't see a way out of that. The temperature keeps coming up, the species keep dying off, and we sit on our butts and don't do anything about it. We talk, but it's not enough. Talk is cheap, action is what changes things. And then that gets back to the life worth living. How do we make that change to always recycle to the best of our abilities, always to walk when we can, because I don't, I am old. I get in the car and drive. That's what it's for. And because I get, it's so hard to figure it all out. Put one foot in front of the other and do the best that we can do today. And that's really it. Putting one foot in front of the other and practicing doing the best that we can. And not every day is going to be great, but if we're working towards that, there's a chance. And if you do it daily, you might inspire somebody else to start doing it. And I guess we need to take the high road and start being examples of how to live a life worth living in order for the next generations to still have a planet to live on. That's what I worry about. That's what I worry about. We need to start treating our children like they're the most important thing that this country or any country produces. Don't have to produce a lot of it, but you got to produce some quality. And so, without further ado, we're at 45 minutes. This is supposed to be a 40-minute long show. Supposed to be. It's what I decide it's going to be. And thank you, Jessica. Are you out of here, Charlie? Bye-bye. or I imagine you're already gone. Yeah. So anyway, love you all. Bye bye. And I don't know, check in about the same time tomorrow and see if I do another deal while I'm isolating with the threat of COVID hanging over my head. Check it out. Maybe I'll do another show tomorrow. I kind of like doing this. Gives me a little bit of relief from something. I don't know what, but y'all are wonderful. And I love you. And so keep coming back. Okay, I'm going to end it. And thank you so much for sitting with me today. So I got to figure out what I'm doing here. I'm so easily screwed up, you know? I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. And so thank you all, and we'll see you. Bye-bye.